Hi, my name is Andy and I will show you how to trade consolidation zones. Before I explain to you how to do this manually and also automatically by using an expert advisor, let's see what consolidation zones are. Well, in a nutshell, the consolidation zone is the pattern that the price forms on the chart whenever it is bouncing between two fixed price levels, two horizontal fixed price levels, as we can see, for example, in this example right here. There's a price level up and a price level down, basically the support and the resistance, as well as the uptrend and downtrend have a support and resistance and so on. A very ugly line right here. And this is, technically speaking, a consolidation zone. If we determine also the beginning and the end when the consolidation zone starts, we will basically get a rectangle, and the rectangle is horizontal. So we have a consolidation zone right here. We have another consolidation zone right here. We might have had another consolidation zone right here, which is not colored on this chart. Well, so these are consolidation zones, and they usually either confirm the trend when the trend is continuing, as it happened right here. We had a downtrend, consolidation zone, the trend continued downtrend, or they can also suggest that the trend might change, as it happened right here. It was an uptrend, consolidation zone happened, and sorry for my ugly writing again, and then that changed to a downtrend when the price left this consolidation zone. So let's see this on the chart. Right, I'm using an expert advisor attached to this chart. So if you are having issues spotting the consolidation zones, all you have to do is zoom out and maybe switch from the candles, from the candlestick charts, from the bar chart to the line chart, and here you will see, or also you can use the zigzag indicator, attach it on the chart. It will show you these nice ups and downs that the price makes, the swing levels. And by zooming out, I can see that the price made, I'm going to use the MetaTrader shapes, a nice consolidation zone right here. So this was a consolidation zone that basically strengthens the trend. It shows me that the trend will continue to rise as it happened. And it will also lead me to the next explanation of the video, how to trade consolidation zones. So trading consolidation zones simply means waiting for the price to break out of the consolidation zone and to continue in either direction. And it has to be said that from this point of view, the consolidation zone doesn't care about the trend. So trading consolidation zone can be with the trend or against the trend, because the consolidation zone, as we can see in this very nice example I found on the internet, can either change the trend or confirm a trend change, or continue a trend and confirm that the trend is strong and it will further continue down. Now in this first example, right, this one, well, I actually don't need this. In this first example, we can see that we had an uptrend, where there was a downtrend before. It changed to an uptrend, and now we had an uptrend, and then this consolidation zone formed. The price bounced a few times within these levels, and eventually the price broke through at the bottom and also created this gap, which is a very big gap. And from this point, there's no longer an uptrend, there's a downtrend, and the price is falling. So in this first example, the consolidation zone is actually changing the trend, reversing the trend from an uptrend to downtrend. And the second example is right here, and in this case the consolidation zone, it's strengthening the trend. It confirms that there is a downtrend. The price again creates this bounces between levels at some point where it eventually breaks through at the lower bottom, the lower side, and therefore confirming that there was a strong trend before, and this strong trend will continue probably further down. So from this point of view, the consolidation zone can either reverse a trend or can either continue a trend. So basically it doesn't matter. It doesn't care about the trend. That's why you might have, as a trader, you might have more trading signals by trading consolidation zones rather than the trend itself. But again, it depends on the price and on the chart you are trading on. Going back to my chart, we can see that my consolidation zone. Let's change to candlesticks and zoom a little. My consolidation zone that formed right here. Okay, this is better. My consolidation zone that formed right here was somewhere between sorry, somewhere between this level and this level. The price bounced a few times, sometimes touching this level, sometimes not, and eventually it poked through the upper side right here, and this would have been a valid buy for me because the candle, this bullish candle, closed outside the consolidation zone, a few pips away. So it's a good indication for me that the price will continue in its uptrend, and this is a consolidation zone that confirms the trend. So I would have entered this buy right here. And if by some reason I would have missed this buy, then I would have entered the next one when the candle again closes outside, a few pips away from the consolidation zone, maybe here or maybe here. I would have not entered this candle because at the time that this candle ended, it would have been a considerate distance from the consolidation zone until the entry point, so that would have been lots of missed pips on this distance, so this would not be a valid signal. But I would have had a 1, 2, 3 other valid signals, and either of these trades, if I would have opened, I would have placed the stop loss somewhere at the end of the consolidation zone, maybe a little lower to give some distance just in case the price will make or will try to poke through the lower consolidation zone, to create a fake signal and maybe not to trigger the stop loss. So this is basically how to trade the consolidation zones manually. Next, I'm going to show you how to trade the consolidation zones by using Expert Advisor, which is also attached on this chart, but being weakened right now, the Expert Advisor is doing nothing. And for this purpose, I'm going to use the Stairsteps Expert Advisor from RobotFX. Again, you can use any Expert Advisor you want, but this is a very complex Expert Advisor. It might look a little overwhelming due to its multitude of settings, but once understood, and by the way, they are explained on the robotfx.org website. I'm going to explain to you next in this video. Once you will understand that, you will find trading consolidation zones very easy. You'll probably understand also that using an expert advisor, it's much better than trading manually, at least consolidation zones. This, by the way, I forgot to say, it's an expert advisor that can be downloaded for free. It is a paid expert advisor if you want to trade on your live trading account. However, if you want to trade on your demo account, you can download the demo version. It's not limited in any way. It has the same functionality. However, if you want to bear with me and hear the settings explained, and you decide to purchase this to trade on your live account, I will show you a coupon to make your purchase much easier. So you can use that purchase or use that coupon on the checkout. And like I said, it will be that my bonus for you for watching the video. Again, the settings are explained on the page, and let's see them on the MetaTrader, and I'll explain them one by one so you will understand why trading using expert advisor is better than trading manually. Alright, so let's see the settings. Now, first we have the client email that needs to be used only when you are trading on a live account number. Live trading account. I'm using a demo account for the purpose of explaining this video, so I don't need to enter anything here. After that, there are the consolidation zone settings, and it starts with the box buffer and the box buffer type. And I'm going to show you what the buffer is. So basically, on this chart, the expert advisor already determined the consolidation zone, the next consolidation zone that was about to form. There is only one on this chart because I have just opened the MetaTrader and changed the time frame. I'm shooting this video in different parts of the day and maybe multiple days as well. So the buffer is the distance from the consolidation zone when we want to consider the candle to be closed. So it means that if the candle will be closed outside of the consolidation zone but before the buffer, between the line, this is the buffer line, and the consolidation zone, the expert advisor will not open the trade. Basically, we want the candle to be at least 2 pips away from the consolidation zone, then to close outside of this buffer, and then the expert advisor will place that trade. So that is the purpose of the buffer. It can also be, it can be in pips. Most of the values will be in pips for the explanation of this video, but it can also be a multiplier of the average true range indicator, consolidation zone, or stop loss. Next, we will have basically the dimension of the consolidation zone, the length and the width, which is the range basically, or the height as we see it on the chart. The length is obviously in candles or bars, and the width is in pips in my example. And you can see that, by the way, this also can be ATR multiplier, consolidation zone, stop loss, and so on. In my example, it's in pips, and we can see that although the box range is set to 30 pips in the settings, then the expert advisor drew a box and determined a box that is only 9.3 pips in width or in range. And this is because we have the option, or I have the option, auto reduce consolidation zone set to true. And that means that if the price will narrow or will create those zigzag movements in a narrower range than 30 pips, then the consolidation zone will also modify, and the expert advisor will redetermine, recalculate the consolidation zone. It will be smaller, and this is what the auto reduce consolidation zone does. Next is the option to set a limited number of consolidation zones per session, and it can be maybe you want the expert advisor to be allowed to create or to search for and determine only 7 consolidation zones. Set this number, enter the number right here. Otherwise, just leave it 0, and this option will be ignore, trade non-stop, and search for any consolidation zone that might happen. And finally, the option to determine the time frame of the consolidation zone, obviously set to current. It means that the expert advisor will draw the consolidation zone on the current chart, in the case of 15. But if you want to search and monitor consolidation zones on a higher time frame, increase or choose the time frame right here in the time frame option. And this was all about the consolidation zone settings itself. Next are the entry and exit conditions. So the entry and exit condition settings start with a maximum entry distance. In my settings set to 0. And this can also be again a multiplier of the ATR, consolidation zones, or stop loss. And if it's set to 0, it does not matter. A maximum entry distance actually it's useful if you want to see, it's kind of like the buffer. So for example, if I set a maximum entry distance to 5 pips, it means that if the candle will close outside the consolidation zone, and this is the moment when the expert advisor places the trade, when the candle will close. So if the candle will close more than 5 pips away from the buffer, because we're using the buffer, the expert advisor will ignore the trade, will not place that order. So basically, we don't want to trade. We don't want to open a trade if the price moved too much, because in that case it means that the big move it's already done. So we will not catch too much of that trade, if you will catch anything at all, that price movement. So the idea is not to enter a trade too late. Better cancel the trade and not enter at all. Otherwise, if you set it to 0, it will be ignored, and the expert advisor will place the trade as soon as the price will leave the buffer. Now, there is a possibility to use an anchor candle. or not. In my example, it's set to false. However, if you are using it, that means that if the anchor candle is set to current time frame, in my case, but let's set it to a higher time frame for a better explanation. So if the what does it mean if using the anchor candle? It means that on because it is set to 1 hour, it means that if the price now it's above the opening of that candle, of the current candle on the time frame of 1 hour, then the expert advisor will be allowed to buy, and if the price is below the open of that candle, of the anchor candle, then the expert advisor will be allowed to sell. So basically it's like a filter that allows us to buy or to sell only if we have a bullish candle or a bearish candle on this time frame. It can be current time frame, of course, but that won't matter too much. The idea is to use it on a higher time frame as I've said, a filter. What else we have? We have the initial breakout direction, which is set to false. If you set it to true, it means that the expert advisor, if it will place a sell, for example, looking at this consolidation zone forming right here, if the expert advisor will place a sell because the price will drop under the consolidation zone, and after that it will come back in the consolidation zone and break upwards, it will not place if you have this option to set to true, it will not place a buy. So it will continue selling. There will be a sell signal, but it will ignore the buy signals because I will have the initial breakout direction only set to true. However, I'm going to leave it to false right now. We have the possibility to enable or disable trades by type. Also, you can allow the expert advisor to open only long trades or only short trades. And then we have the minimum bars closed outside the consolidation zone, of course. And here we instruct the expert advisor to open the trade only if the candle has closed outside of the consolidation zone. And you can also have two candles closed outside of the consolidation zone, and after that the expert advisor will open that trade. And if you set it to 0, the expert advisor will not wait for the candle to close. It will open the trade as soon as the price will cross the buffer, the consolidation zone buffer. Now I want the candle to close, and then I want the expert advisor to place the trade. There's the possibility to use a moving average. We call it EMA filter, but it can be any moving average. Well, exponential moving averages are the most popular, and that's why we stuck with this name. And the settings, we will find the settings later. In my settings, it is set to false. And we have the possibility to instruct the expert advisor to use reverse signals, again set to false in my settings. And very important, this option I find very important, is to copy an indicator, to copy the values from the stair steps indicator. It is set to false now, but if I set it to true, and I might not have mentioned until now, the Stairsteps comes as an expert advisor standalone, and it can trade by itself without any issues determining and drawing the consolidation zones. However, there is also a RobotFX Stairsteps indicator that I use, or that can be used to find the best settings or the most optimal settings for your chart, time frame, and so on. And this is what I have on this chart. This basically is the, let me go to the to the indicator settings. There is no indicator attached to the chart. There is the RobotFX Stairsteps indicator, which has more or less the same settings with the expert advisor. Some of them are missing, but the most important ones are here. and therefore the expert advisor has the possibility to copy the settings from this indicator. And if you set the indicator's auto-optimize option to true, then the indicator will find the best settings, the best dimensions for the consolidation zone, the buffer, and so on. Just make sure both of them, the indicator and the expert advisor, use the same magic number, and both of them are attached to similar charts. So if I had 1, 2, 3 there on EURUSD for the indicator, I want to have also 1, 2, 3 on the expert advisor. Yeah, I forgot where the magic number is. I also want to have 1, 2, 3 as a magic number in the expert advisor settings. I know the setting, it already is, okay. I know the settings may look overwhelming because there are lots of them. And that's why I'm trying to explain them as best as I can right now. They're not hard to understand, trust me. They're easy to understand. So this is basically what the copy indicator option does. It can save time to find the settings or to do the strategy tester. To maybe you want to go straight on trading on a demo account to see how the expert advisor moves. And those were the entry and exit conditions, basically. And next we have the trading grid settings. In the trading grid settings, we have the maximum trade set reversals, which is set to 4 in my example. Now this basically means that I want maximum 4 trades per trading set. And the reset box size set to 0, disable this option, means that if the let's say 3, 5, 6 candles exit the consolidation and we are still in the extending consolidation zone, where another trading set is allowed to happen, another 4 trades. We don't I have disabled this option, pardon me, by setting it to 0. Breakout bypass is set to 0. Again, it means it is disabled. It means that I want to ignore, if I enter this 1, it means that the expert advisor will ignore the first trade signal, the first breakout basically, and it will focus on opening the second one. If I enter 2, it will ignore the first 2 and focus on opening the third one, and so on. So 0 means disable. We have also the possibility to set the Fibonacci price levels as take profit. Just have to set this to true, and the expert advisor will use take profit any of these values that happen right here. And this was about the trading grid settings. Next we have the trade management settings. There's the possibility to set, of course, to use a magic number that the expert advisor will attach to every trade that it will open, and also trade comment. Useful if you want, for example, to monitor trades opened only on this chart, M15 or M5, I think, for example, with a specific set of settings on whatever other comment you want to enter here. It can, of course, be deleted. There is the possibility to set trades per session. Setting it to 0, obviously disable this option again. The possibility to set a quick take profit. And the quick take profit, this is the take profit that we see on the chart. It can also be, again, multiplier of the ATR indicator, consolidation zone multiplier, stop loss multiplier. So if I want, for example, take profit of 3 times the consolidation zone, I'll just set quick take profit 3 and use quick take profit type consolidation zone multiplier. There's the possibility to modify the take profit. Set to true means basically that we will make use of the break even and the trailing stop and so on. There's the possibility to override the stop loss. Setting it to 0 disables this option. Again, multiplier for ATR, consolidation zone, stop loss, or just pips. We have a break even trigger. let's say 10 pips. It means that if the price goes in our favor 10 pips, then the expert advisor will drag the stop loss at break-even level. There is the option to lock profit, lock 1 pip. There is the option to set a trailing start when the trailing will start, let's say 30 pips away in our favor, and the trailing stop will be the same, 30 pips. So the stop loss will be dragged at that distance if the price moves in our favor, step by step, and setting the trailing step to 1 pip. Every time it will move 1 pip in our favor, the stop loss will move. These are more or less self-explanatory. I think every trader is familiar with with these settings, but I'm trying to explain them anyway. There is the possibility to enable a dynamic trailing stop. Setting it to 0 again disables the dynamic trailing stop. We can close profitable trades after a certain numbers of minutes since they opened, of course. So maybe you don't want to rely only on the trailing stop and the stop loss and take profit to close profitable trades. Just set a number of minutes right here, or close the losing trades after a number of minutes. This might reduce after 1 hour, let's say. This might reduce losses, might increase profits. It's not my favorite cup of tea, so from my trading style doesn't mind about these settings, though they can be useful. The slippage is in pips, of course. The maximum spread that we want the expert advisor to be allowed to open trades, if that's more than, let's say, 4, then the expert advisor will not place the trade. 0 means it is disabled, and the possibility to use a visible take profit and a visible stop loss. Again, this will be placed on the chart. So let's say 100 with 50. There's also the option to send emails when the trade is opening, closing, or both, or notifications, same settings, or alerts on the chart, notifications on your mobile device, and the possibility to choose the alert sound, screenshots, if you want the expert advisor to take screenshots whenever it will open or close the trades, or both. And we have also the possibility to choose the long color and the short color. Well, classics are green or red or teal and crimson. And of course the font color, the label font color, in my example set to white smoke. And this was all about the trade management. And next we will go and explain the trading time settings. The trading time setting basically tell us when to trade or when to close the open trades. So there's the possibility to set the auto GMT set auto GMT by setting it to true. Obviously, this will not work in back testing. In back testing, we will in the strategy tester you have to set the difference, use the manual GMT offset, and also set the daylight saving time to true. Then we have the possibility to choose different trading sessions. So it can be, for example, London or Sydney or New York or whatever session, whatever times you want to trade, basically. And by setting the very first trading session or any of them to 00024, as you can see it here, basically I'm instructing the expert advisor to trade non-stop all day, all long. This is in, let me split it. This is basically the beginning and the end that I want the expert advisor to start and then to stop trading. So I want the expert advisor to start at 12 o'clock and finish at 12 o'clock. That means expert advisor to trade non-stop. So it is an hour, minute, start, and then again end, hour, minute. I hope it's clearer now. If you leave it just to 0, it means that this option will be obviously ignored. So in other words, another example, if I want the expert advisor to trade from 7:30 in the morning, I would enter start at 0730, 7:30 until let's say 1:15 p.m. or 15 minutes. That's the idea of the trading sessions. As I said, leave it to as it is here from 00 to 24, and the expert advisor will trade the entire day. Now, there's the possibility to set the Monday open hour. This is to instruct the expert advisor when to start trading or when it is allowed to open trades starting from Monday, and this is in hour, minute. So if I want the expert advisor to start trading from 8 o'clock, but not earlier, I will enter here, I will enter here 8 o'clock and 0 minutes. And if I want the expert advisor to close the trades on Friday, first of all, I have to choose what trades I want the expert advisor to close. Losing, profitable trades, all trades, maybe none. And I also have to choose the Friday close hour. If I don't, the expert advisor will close them at midnight anyway. But if I can also choose to close them earlier at 11 o'clock in the night. Also, I can instruct this expert advisor to close the open trades or to only the profitable trades or the losing trades or none of them at the end of the day, and this can be at any time I choose here, like for example at 10 o'clock, 2200, at 10 o'clock p.m. There's a possibility to instruct the expert advisor to trade only during certain days, and by default all the days of the week are here. Obviously Saturday is closed, Sunday sometimes open. This is all about the trading time settings. I hope so far it's not too much until now. And I have to say, by the way, that all the settings are explained on the expert advisor's page as well. If there is something I have missed or harder to understand, please go to the robotfx.org website and search for them here. Maybe they're better explained online, or maybe it's something, like I said, I have missed. Next, we have the money management, which instructs us to set the lot size, multipliers, martingale, and so on. So let's see what these do. Okay, under the money management setting, we start with the lot size. Obviously, lots. There's the possibility though to use a money management or dynamic stop loss. Dynamic lot size based on the equity or the balance. If you want to use the equity percent, you have to enter obviously the percentage you want to trade right here to trade per each trade. Or if you want to use the stop loss risk, you will have to enter it right here, and only one of these values can be used. Please mind that, not both of them. Next, there is the possibility to reset the martingale after and if a new consolidation zone will form. It is set to true in my example. Basically, it means I want to martingale if I lose a trade on a consolidation zone. I want to martingale only trades opened on that consolidation zone and not the next one, if that's an option. And I also can we can also set the martingale lot size as percentage or as a multiplication of the previous lot size. What else? We have the option to set the start martingale after stop loss, and this is very useful to set a maximum martingale sequence. And this basically instructs the expert advisor to increase the lot size if martingale is an option, to martingale only let's say 2 times. So after those 2 times, the lot size will resume with the previously chosen settings, which in my case is 0.1. So the expert advisor will try and will multiply after losing trade, will multiply the lot size of the next trade 2 times for the next 2 trades only, and after that it will resume to the original initial lot size. A favorite, as a personal preference, I only martingale once myself, but if done properly, no doubt it can be profitable even more than one time. And this was about the money management settings. Next we have, I'm approaching the end of the settings. Next we have the ATR settings, that are the ATR values that apply to so many pips and price levels values, the multiplication ATR multiplier values that we see for the box type, box buffer, stop loss, take profit, and so on, if that option is chosen. So this is where we have to enter the ATR values for the average true range indicator, and then we have the moving average settings. Again, this is the EMA filter that is disabled in my on my chart right now. However, if that is used as a confirmation for the trades, the EMA filter, the moving average, because it doesn't necessarily have to be an exponential, it can be simple. The moving average has to match the signal, the trading signal. So this is where we have to enter the settings for the moving average. And then we have the graphic settings that I will not talk about, except to say that there's the option, the possibility to enable or disable the graphics, which is also the comments on the left side of the chart, and to show or hide the reset button. The reset button, if you remember, once clicked, it will reset the consolidation zones on the chart, recalculate them again. It is useful basically to clear the chart, restart again, and that's pretty much it. And also the possibility to display or hide, or to show or to hide the moving average, and all the other settings to show or to hide the levels, the font size, and so on, and their colors. I guess we are self-explanatory, and since this video is long enough already, I'm gonna skip explaining them. I'll let you play with them, and I can see the expert advisor also placed a trade while I was talking about this video, and we can see that it placed the trade, or it considered the signal, this bearish candle closed under the consolidation zone, under the buffer line, and after that it placed obviously a sell. So this is how basically the expert advisor trades. And now, as promised, because you had the patience to watch the video until now, I'm going to show you the coupon that you can use if you decide to purchase this expert advisor, to use it on your live account number. And the coupon will make that purchase easier, and it is YT video 10. And there it goes, much cheaper. And by the way, it applies unfortunately only to when playing by Stripe, which is the safest way to pay, by the way. I'm just saying, if you want to pay by PayPal, unfortunately PayPal doesn't have the possibility to enter coupons or wire or so on. So use the coupon, pay by cards, by Stripe. And next I'm going to show you a demonstration of this expert advisor while trading in a strategy tester, just to see how it works and how it trades. We're not focusing on profitability in any way, but merely on functionality. So this is how the Stairsteps Expert Advisor works. Trading consolidation zones. These are my test results. They look quite good, but again, let's not focus on profitability. Let's focus on functionality. And I do hope that you understood by now how the Expert Advisor works and how it calculates and it finds the consolidation zones. And once again, feel free to download this and try it on your demo account. It is not limited in any way except for the fact that it can work only on your demo accounts. I'm talking about the versions that can be downloaded from our website. Go ahead to purchase it if you find it useful. Use the coupon, or if you think the price is too high, why not join our affiliate system and earn enough to get it for free. Thank you for watching, and do visit RobotFX.org. We have other expert advisors for each kind of trading style. Thank you for watching.